The UK's luxury industry took some time out last night to celebrate a good year. The Walpole Awards for Excellence honoured the up-and-coming names along with the more established brands. Now, the old guard of Mulberry, Burberry and Jaguar all picked up prizes. The winners also included the best emerging British brand, Orlebar Brown. Its founder said that going online was changing the style of the industry.
It is a mix of not just product, but through imagery, through film, through content such editorial. It gives us the opportunity of presenting a wider story, which I think a retail space is fine. Bricks and mortars are great, and of course that gives you the opportunity to put the whole collection together. But online, you can play with it. It gives you that flexibility, that versatility.
Now, while the Walpole Awards celebrate exceptional talent and design, the prize winner for the best luxury craftsmanship, Theo Fennell, warned that Britain risks losing its place in the spotlight.
I think the British luxury sector is absolutely dependent on the quality of our designers and our craftsmen, and those we have in abundance. Sadly, some of our best emerging brands have been taken over by a lot of foreign money. It'd be nice to think that British money could do the job for them.
Here with us is one of the judges. Mark Henderson is a director at Walpole. He's also the chairman of Gives and Hawkes, the shirt maker. Thank you so much, Mark, for being here on City Central with us. Talk to me a little bit about the health of the luxury industry. We talk a lot about luxury here on Bloomberg. We have concerns that actually China is spending maybe a little bit less than it used to. What impact does that have on the British luxury industry?
Well, to take the luxury industry as a whole, it took a little dip in 2008, but it's actually way above what it was then. And I mean, it's a mix of a couple of things within the market. One is that we have a booming market of people coming to London, in particular, who are buying luxury products. We also have a booming market in the growth in the new markets. And yes, there's been a tiny bit of a slowdown in China. We're talking going from double to single-digit growth, but you can't complain about single-digit growth.
So, Mark, do you think that actually a lot of the UK luxury brands are taking advantage of the fact that we're almost in a transit area? I guess a lot of people travel through and from London, and because we have a lot of foreigners here, then this is where they buy luxury. Yeah,
I mean, London's always been a big hub, and we're a host to many international brands, so you've got all of the sort of usual crowd of the French and the Italian brands and so on, down Bond Street and so on. But I think what's been happening, particularly in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, is that there really is a strengthening of the British luxury industry. I think previously we kind of felt we were second best to the Europeans. But just now, I mean, London is, without a shadow of a doubt, the top luxury destination in the world now. And
it's interesting, I mean, you have the Burberrys, you have the Mulberrys of this world, and yet Burberry and Mulberry actually the same. The share price have gone up by so much because there are the real success stories of what the last 5, 6 years. They almost like emerged from the ashes. That as soon as they say something that they're concerned about the future, then the share prices tank a lot. Is this a concern?
Well, I can't speak for those particular companies, but I mean, I would say that generally the luxury sector has done exceptionally well. And you have to look at the long-term trends, which I think, people are, I mean, ultimately luxury is about best. And it seems to me natural that people will want best. And on the whole, luxury stocks have performed very well. And I mean, if you take Burberry, for instance, they made a provision, I think it was 74 million for the first half of this year because of the fact they changed their arrangements as far as cosmetics and fragrances are concerned. So I'm sure they have a long-term view, and I have to say that as a relaunch of a brand, the Burberry relaunch has been by far the ultimate textbook case study.